Welcome, everybody. Yes, apparently we're in that kind of a mood tonight, so I guess get used to it. Welcome, everybody. We're so glad that you are here with us. If you're just now joining us, I am Literary DM. I am the Dungeon Master for these wonderful people and for this adventure. I also make videos on YouTube here. They've pretty much been going live every single week. You can expect actually another one coming out this Friday, where I'm going to be basically diving into why I'm excited about Cobalt Press's new game, Tales of the Valiant. So it's just going to be me talking about the game and all that fun stuff. The last video was actually about backstories, a little bit of a redo there. It was actually a lot of fun putting that back together and seeing all the responses. So with that, everybody, again, just thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Excited to see what tonight we have in store, all that fun stuff. So with that, let's go ahead and introduce the rest of the party, starting with Mike.
Hello everyone, my name is Mike, also known as Bardic Dice, here on all the socials. I am also a D&D streamer, but on the other channel, over on Twitch. So you can go follow me there. I'm not currently streaming live, though. Trying to put together a little one-shot series, kind of like a mystery series, just to kind of do for a couple games, because I think it'd be fun to bring online. But I will let you know the details on that. But yeah, I used to run a game called Fates United that Mark, Rachel, and Dee's husband played in, which you can see in its full run that we did about 3 years, 2.5 years, something like that, on YouTube. And we're actually going to be prepping and getting excited for the new year for Fates United sequel called Fates Apart that Dee will be returning in. So that's going to be super exciting. Plus, you can go see Lit as a player in Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is also on YouTube. It's only about 25 episodes, so it's really fun. But he dies twice. Spoiler. It's really fun.
Yeah. But hey,
we get a lot done in that short time frame.
But hey, I'm used to Pathfinder where death happens a lot, so...
Also, yeah, sorry about the intro. I was the Liam O'Brien to your Matt Mercer. I was like, just trying to get some chaos in there.
No, that's fine. I love it.
It's fun. You do the same thing to me, so we're all good.
Oh, 100%.
But today I play Avon, one half of the Twilight. I was about to say Daff, I don't know why. Avon, one half of the Twilight Twin duo. He is a Oracle homebrew from Pathfinder / Rogue. We're at level 14, so he's a 9/5 split. And he's now coming into the Master of Time title, and actually getting some really crazy type of stuff happening. So yeah, I'm super excited.
Yes, it's going to be a wild ride. So if you're not already, go ahead and check out Mike on Twitch. Give him a nice little follow, as well as subscribe to his YouTube channel to stay up to date on everything that's going to be happening, and both that has happened and will be happening. It's going to be a lot of exciting stuff. Trust me. You're gonna want to be there for Fates Apart. I've been privy to some information, and it's going to be pretty cool. So, but with that, hop on over to the other half of the Twilight Twin duo, as well as one of our official artists for the stream, Rach.
Hi, I'm Rachel, also known as Pip. You can find all my stuff on Instagram, kind of Twitter, Threads, Pip400art. Actually, I'm just not even going to say Twitter anymore because I don't even go on there.
All the socials.
Yeah, just follow him around. I'm pretty easy to find. And I also stream over at Marquee Gaming on Mondays at 3:30 CST. Thanks to everybody who hung out with me over at Top Down yesterday instead. That was super fun. You watched me embarrass myself multiple times. This is a good time. I'll have to tell you later, Mike. It was a good time. And then for this game, I play Scissory. She is a rogue paladin who may or may not become immortal forever. So that's a fun perk. Maybe? I'm still deciding. The end.
Yeah, little did we realize when we conjured up the idea for this campaign several years ago, basically, at this point, that we realized, oh yeah, we're going to be dealing with potentially the consequences of time. So...
multiple angles.
Yeah, from multiple perspectives. So yeah, with that, go and check out Rach on all the various socials for some amazing art, as well as, again, you can see her and Mike on Marky Gaming, which you'll hear more about right now with Mark.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I am Mark, the other half of Marky Gaming with Rach. And the game that was mentioned just momentarily ago was about our... poking myself. It was about our D&D game we play on Sundays at 7 p.m. CST on our...
Poke yourself with.
My carving tool that I have from all my stuff I've been doing.
Oh.
He's like, I can still
Very
carve while doing my
It's
intro.
very like it's
He's in
very sharp.
crafting land, I think. Yeah.
But Sundays, 7 p.m. CST at Marky Gaming. And we do have our broadcasts that go to our YouTube channel here as well. So you can check out old campaigns, old sessions, that kind of stuff there. Also, announcement for next Saturday, not this one, the 18th. I have Lit joining me for a D&D game that is going to be called Knowing Nothing 2, where the players know nothing about their characters, and they all just show up and figure it out. It's going to be great. I'm planning it heavily right now, and it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to that. But I play Attic here. Oh, you guys?
No, you go ahead.
I play Attic here, Chic Artificer, and yeah, he's a good boy who's trying to not become a bad boy.
Well, you did once already, and it was a good time.
If he buys a leather jacket, we'll know.
Yep.
It's always the leather jacket. That is the go-to 60s era. This person has turned evil. But yeah, with that, go check out Mark on all the various socials. I'm looking forward to being on Knowing Nothing. It is a wild experience to be told, just show up at this date. You don't need to know anything else. So I'm looking forward to seeing the character you provide for me, Mark. That's going to be a lot of fun. I expect it to be something... I expect it to be multi-class, potentially. We'll see. But with that, yeah, go and check out Mark on all the various socials, as well as Twitch and YouTube, to check out both future and past games. And then with that, rounding everything out, our other official artists for the stream, we have D.
I'm Deely, aka Raphazel, on socials in general. Do art, super fun. On here, I play Demi. She is a bard and a fighter, and it's super fun. And yeah, I'm back. I had a little Halloween stint with my son, first Halloween, so can't miss that. But now we're back. So now Demi can be in that weird headspace about time and being depressed about it, or stuff. So here for all the fun conversations, though.
Absolutely. I mean, let's be honest. Being depressed about time, very relatable. So with that, everyone, go and check out D on all the various socials for also some amazing art there. And with that, as always, if you decide that the VOD for this will be available immediately after, so if you have to step away for any reason whatsoever, it'll pick up exactly where you left off. And also, you'll be able to catch this week's episode next Monday on podcast at 8 a.m. Central, and you can check out episode 72 right now there. With that, that's pretty much all of our announcements for tonight. Yes, I know the daylight savings time threw everything off. It's threw my whole week off. I have no idea what day it is. So with that, I think it's time to go ahead and dive into tonight's episode of When's a Calamity? And we got the Glackies out of the way just in time. With that, everyone, welcome back. So, when last we left our heroes, the group of adventurers known as Scissory's Angels had wrapped up their time at Volga's Keep, managing to free the Oracle of Ages Nehru from the clutches of the evil shadow sorceress Viren. While there, they partook in various celebrations while contemplating the nature of time itself and if one could redo their mistakes. From there, they had their rest, encountering a strange letter from a being known as Maple, accusing Attic of stealing her broom. Nehru tried to clear up the situation via sending, but apparently it didn't assist much, as there might be some confusion going on. With that, the party took 2 days to head down the mountain right on the edge of the Fairies' Wood to speak with the Oracle of Secrets, Furore, to get their answers. But before they could do so, a rock was pelted toward them, getting their attention and also revealing a young woman in a blue-gray dress, long pointed hat, declaring that Adek should give back her broom. And so we pick up. As you all are currently on the edge of the mountain and a little bit of the foothills, snow is dusted around you as we are in that time of year. Maple is standing behind the rock, pointing at Adek. What do you all do?
Throwing rocks at people's rude.
Yeah, well, so is stealing a broom.
I don't remember us stealing. Who are you?
And she just kind of walks on over. You realize she's rather small in stature, probably standing about 5'5", and can't be older than 15. And as she's just walking on over, and she just looks at you and just, he took my broom. Why else would the letter appear there? I'm a good witch. I can send magic where I want to. Therefore, he's the one who took my broom.
I thought someone was confused because it was a misunderstanding, and it's not you that actually took the broom.
We just found it?
Oh, yes, Demi, this was the broom that we found in the castle.
Right,
Finally,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you remember, because, I think you are running around collecting candy from all the Gorons, helping them pay in the band.
True.
Adek got the letter from... but... I thought there was some confusion that it wasn't.
That's Attic.
Actually.
I'm Scissory.
Hi.
We have weapons. Don't
And that's Avon.
throw rocks at us.
Well, I have magic.
Anyways.
That's Demi. We're all introducing each other, apparently.
We are. Well, now that we're friends, now let's talk, Maple.
We're not friends.
Instead of throwing rocks at
we're
people.
not.
Oh, well, I think we're nice. We're all nice. We can be
We're in
civil.
self-defense mode.
We can be civil. Okay, Maple. When did you last see your broom, and when did you know it was stolen?
Well, let's see. Well, I saw it maybe about a few weeks ago or so.
So you lost your broom.
No, I didn't lose it. What happened was I went one night. It was there. I was staying, and I went to bed. The next morning, I woke up, and it wasn't there.
Okay. Can't you just... I mean, are they really expensive? Can't you just, buy a new one? Or just... I mean, why go to all the trouble to, track down this broom?
Because it's my broom. A witch's broom is very important, you see, because it's one of those things that it allows us to be able to fly properly because we form a connection to the broom.
I thought you put like the fly spell on it or something.
Amateurs do that. Real witches put their form an attunement to that.
Like, does it have a personality?
A proper one
And
does.
you can, like, talk to it? What'd you name your broom?
It didn't reveal its name to me just yet.
It reveals its name to you?
When we
It ran away.
No, it didn't. What happened was some sort of thief took it.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I just, like, look at Attic.
So, I mean, the way this broom that I have works, it has a certain word that activates it.
Well, what's the word?
Do you know it?
That's why we're asking you. We've seen him write on it.
Like I said, amateurs are the ones that use the broom with the fly spell on it. If it's my broom, then I don't need the command word.
I don't use the fly spell on it.
It's not
Is this what I sound like sometimes, guys?
the item. Timmy's not saying anything to that.
Alright.
I'm just saying, I found mine in the Twilight Realm,
Yeah.
which is a whole different place than here.
So, at this point, Nehru and Ralph are kind of just watching this exchange happen. They're kind of letting this unfold. And as you mentioned that, Attic, I'm going to go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
All right. That is a solid 14.
14. She's going to look. She kind of like rapidly stamps her foot as she's just kind of looking at it. Okay, well, maybe that is your broom and it's not mine. But regardless, it was stolen. Last thing I
Your
remember.
broom?
Yes.
So it's different than this broom.
You've convinced me that it may not be my broom.
Instead, Dak just goes, Lloyd!
Did your broom have
May-
any? Did your broom have any special indicators on it?
It was typically shorter in its handle, as well as a little bit more straw on the end that you would typically that was kind of bound together.
Does this sound like my description of my broom?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a big guy. I need a big broom to be on it.
That's
so.
true.
Very tall.
Yep. Let me look at this guy.
I mean, you are tall.
Thanks.
Okay, so not the broom. Why would the letter go to him? That doesn't make sense. How is your letter supposed to work? Anyway.
Well, how it did fine supposed to work is that it was supposed to go to the person that stole the broom as a bit of an ID thing, but there's a chance, though small, that I might have miscast it.
Just to any guy
Everyone
who took a
learns.
broom.
Some sort of magical mishap.
That does happen.
Atrocious. How annoying would that be every time you cast a spell? The chance of that? Jeez.
We all learn.
I'm sorry you lost your broom. That's really sad. I mean,
Who do you think stole it?
Well, I was able to get a potential cursory glance of some thief, some adventuring party that maybe took it. I was able to track something of them down. I think they were potentially under the purchase of a courtly mage of Symmetry City.
Oh, courtly? What in the light realm is that? Courtly mage? That sounds very fancy.
It's a mage
Whatever that
who works
is.
in the castle court. in the court.
Oh.
You wouldn't hear anything about them going on adventures to kill a Gleog or anything, would you?
I think it might have been them, but I'm not foolish enough to go near that.
Oh, well, good. Then your broom will probably just be laying about somewhere once they're dead.
Probably next to a skeleton.
Or destroyed.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, actually, if you are able to retrieve the broom for me, you are gathering by this that she may not be the best person. But with that, she looks at kind of like wide-eyed. And says, well, if you're able to retrieve the broom, I can give a little reward for you. You do a little thing,
What
and
reward?
well, you do a little thing for me, and then I do a little thing for you. You see, the nice thing
flying
is,
brooms are actually very, rare and expensive. Why don't we just keep it? I mean, you'd have to offer us something really, really persuasive.
I can curse you.
Avum.
I could.
We're making friends here, and now you're just trampling all
This
over.
is a
Ignore him.
negotiation. We're negotiating
ignore
off
him.
the price of our.
I want to be
space.
friends with Maple. I want to be friends with Maple.
I'm
Let's
gonna just
be
put
nice
my
to Maple.
hand over Avum's mouth.
You guys do everything for work.
Maple, ignore him. He just wants to bargain so bad. It's like a part of him. He can't shut his mouth. But we all want to be friends with you, so go ahead. What were you saying?
Well, I find that rather ironic considering I said I was going to do something in exchange for it, so...
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be for free. But anyway, the thing is, when a witch is really uses the broom that's meant for them, they could potentially go at speeds that may be seen like in the blink of an eye. So she holds up a little bit of a bell, and she mentions... You see, if you get the broom for me, and you get it back to me, you can ring this bell, and I'll be able to find you, and then maybe take you to, with a limited chance of success, depending upon the location, any region that you want to go, at least like once per day.
Oh, really?
Potentially.
You just come hang out and we'll just go wherever?
Oh, no, that's not how it works. I still need to do my own thing, but I'll be able to find you when you ring the bell.
Uh-huh.
But it's only like a once a day thing. And it's one of those things of the odds of me actually getting there are still limited depending upon how much I know of it.
Okay, how much do you know about the world? Like, how much have you explored?
I know a lot about Holodrum.
Okay.
Pretty dopers. Pretty
That's
dope.
pretty, yeah, that's pretty...
I mean,
But sure.
that's great. I can do something similar. But it's good to have another person who could potentially do that in case we get stuck.
Yeah, I mean, if we are in a big battle and then we're like, oh, we just can't do it, we're too tired, we can go ding instead.
That's
And
amazing
Maple-
magic though, Maple.
We could have a 100% chance of flying with 2 brooms.
I can curse you.
I don't want to dispel it.
And
I can erase you from time.
And also, that's not the broom. That's not how that broom works. As I said, that is a witch's broom. It's different than one of those brooms.
So, would it not work?
Or
yeah.
It wouldn't work because it's not the broom that basically came and connected to you as a witch.
So why would those guys steal it then if it doesn't work for them?
I have no idea.
They're also going after Gleog thinking they can actually beat it, so they probably thought it would be useful.
Yeah.
they have
Okay.
a lot of priorities wrong.
So you're
Okay.
saying once a day we can ring the bell? So it's a permanent, ongoing thing? Was it a one-time transaction that could not potentially happen?
Negotiation time. Maple, that sounds wonderful. That bell ability is amazing. I want to add, if we can get it back for you, you never try to charm me or my friends ever again.
I actually like
Oh,
that.
well, if you do that, then yeah, that's never going to happen. Because I would have no reason to do so.
That was
'Cause
not
we're
very
friends.
nice.
No. He said, at any point, even if you have a reason to do so.
Well, I wouldn't have any reason to do so.
But if you had a reason, you still wouldn't.
Eh.
Well,
If
then
he keeps talking, you still will not charm him. Just put it that way.
That's kind of what we were getting to.
Yeah. No matter how much he annoys you, because let's face it,
I'm very annoying.
he. Yeah.
It's also, I'm doing half of this because I can tell it's annoying. So. You threw a rock at us instead of talking. I'm gonna have a little fun.
Yeah, but it's not my kind of fun.
I like it. Remind me of me when I was 15.
That's not a compliment.
Could be.
Wow, what an exchange.
It's like looking into a mirror.
So I don't know. I like this. Yes.
I mean, I'm
This
good
is
for
really
helping you
great.
without any caveats as long as you stop throwing rocks.
Damn it.
Oh well.
What, at you or in general?
What?
In general, I mean,
Oh.
just me, just singularly. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No. No, we'll try to help. But that bell thing does sound actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
And we could use more allies, I think. We're heroes from
Could you let us be
Hyrule.
friends with your broom too? Yeah, we're heroes from our room.
That's kind of up to it.
Oh.
You have to be pretty fly.
We'll sweep that one away. Sorry.
I can't
Fine,
think
fine.
of
We have a
anything.
handle on this. It's fine. Let's just move on.
Yeah. I need to get
I do want to help you, Maple. I really do. So
Okay. Well, as said, if you're able to get the broom, then you'll get the bell. I won't.
Yes?
I won't charm you.
Aha. All right. Perfect.
You what? I actually didn't hear what
What?
you said.
I won't charm you.
Ah!
Aren't we all
Wow.
resistant to that? Aren't we all resistant to being charmed?
Oh, that's why it didn't work on you.
oh, I could roll that advantage.
Technically, it wasn't a charm effect, but what she did, so no, you couldn't have. But
Okay.
Okay.
she tried to do a polymorph on him.
Polymorph thing.
Mm.
Oh yeah, and don't try to turn us into other stuff too, or curse us, or anything of that.
That wasn't a part of the original deal.
Well,
To be fair, it wasn't.
Friends, Maple.
that's not very nice.
Friends.
I want to know what kind of spells you can do now, girl. We have a lot of crossover here.
That was the intention
learn
of
something.
the stipulation I put into that.
Even takes
Verbal
out a piece
contract.
of paper and just goes, Maple Negotiations Appendix 1A, including polymorph.
But curses, any sort of harmful spells, only beneficial spells.
Sure.
And we'll do
Even
the same
when
for you. We'll do
We
the
deserve it. And samesies.
Samesies.
It's official contract wordage.
This is from the champions of Hyrule.
Hmm.
You're more than welcome to come and visit when everything's back in order.
Or before, if you want to go fight somebody.
Yeah. You gotta get. You seem like a lot of aggression, so you want to get out some rage.
No, I don't. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fight things. I just want to study magic and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually deeply respect that.
But not in a school. Schools are lame.
Schools are lame.
Completely pointless. They force you to spend so much money. You just get a really expensive paper at the end.
Totally pointless. I know.
You have to take a
can
bunch
just
of
learn
classes you
everything
don't
out
like at
there.
first.
I think I
Some
don't
bitterness
agree
coming out there.
Totally not at all.
You're all homeschool kids.
Sometimes, though, if you find the right employer, they'll actually send you back to do it for free. So it's all about leverage and negotiation.
What?
So, I think we got a fun little thing going on. So how do we, if we find your broom, how do we tell you?
Well,
Oh wait, Ava can send stuff. So can Demi.
No, we're
Unless you got
familiar.
another way to do it.
yes, exactly. You could do that, and then I should be able to find you some way to be able to go ahead and get my broom back.
Sure. So you don't know the broom's name still, because I want to. If I have it, I want to like call it by its name.
It hasn't revealed it to me, and it probably wouldn't reveal it to you right away, since one, you're definitely not a witch, and two, well, you haven't formed any kind of connection to it.
Well,
I'm
if I ask a
surprised
lot
it's
of really
Israeli.
nice questions, maybe I will. Maybe it'll tell me.
No, it's kind of
Might
those
be cool.
it's kind of those stipulations.
I'm gonna try still.
Told you.
Maybe you put on a cool hat.
Yeah.
This is my hat.
I
No,
won't
we're
take
not
your
taking your
hat.
hat.
I would make my own out of like paper or something.
Or Demi could create one
Sounds-
for you.
Sounds kind of dorky.
It probably would be, to be honest. You just gotta embrace
gonna-
it, Maple.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna use my performance of creation and do a little melody, and now Scissory has a cool witch hat.
Yeah.
I feel like you're mocking me.
No,
Oh, whoa.
she idolizes this kind of stuff. she loves
Listen,
learning.
I am a student of the light realm, and I need to know everything about it and copy it. So look how cool I look right now.
Imitation is the best aspect of flattery.
Form.
Form of flattery. Thank you, Demi.
What? Student of the light realm? What is this?
Because they're
We're
from
on
the
a big
Twilight
tour
realm.
right now.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
heard of like the School of Life, Hard Knocks, all that jazz.
Well, I've heard the Hard Knocks Life for us, but
But it's for everybody.
No, fair
especially
enough.
for Scissory.
We're not from here. We're from the Twilight realm. So light
Uh,
realm stuff is awesome.
oh, that makes sense. Actually,
Yes,
that
this
makes
is
sense
awesome.
now.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that they're learning, and we're learning too. Right, Eddic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love learning. I also didn't go
Fun.
to school.
From the Twilight. Yeah, I actually no, that's a lie. I did, but
Oh, sorry. I'm sure your school is great, D. Or D. Debbie.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it
she's
works.
also
It
a
works.
D.
It works.
Oh, I like the nickname.
You're so
No.
That's so nice.
See that dance?
Because we danced, apparently, because
Yeah,
we weren't
it
friends
is.
before, and now we
Yeah.
are.
Yep.
That's how bards
I never
connect
said you weren't friends.
through
Goodness
music
gracious.
and dance.
All right. So we have a deal.
We have a deal. If you get the broom, then I can give you this bell, and I'll be able to help you out with potential varying degrees of success, but I can. And I promise I won't do all that stuff that you said that I won't do.
I don't know why you're so sad
Why do
about
you look
that.
so sad?
Why
Yeah.
are you sad?
Well, because it's kind of a witch's thing, you know, to kind of like do that kind of stuff to
Right.
people, kind of mess with them.
Oh, I could give you a list, Maple.
I was about to say that. Demi
Yeah,
and
me
Scissor
and
just
Demi.
lean in.
Yeah, we're.
Oh,
We could give you.
oh, okay. I can totally do that then.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we'll work on that while we're
Make
looking
the
for your
deal sweeter.
broom. Mhm.
I have a hit list.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Listen.
You just see
Yeah.
a devilish. You just see a devilish grin form across Maple's face. So
Attic shares a very concerned look with Avum.
I don't know if I like that or don't, or I'm afraid of it. I'm still deciding.
Okay,
That's
I think we're good. We're gonna find that for you. Hopefully. We will, I think.
great.
We do plan to go to the Gleok, so if that's where it went.
Yeah, we're on our way over there at some point, so.
Oh, why are you planning on going there?
There's a dagger that I have the other one of.
Oh.
Zero gate.
Well, good luck. You're gonna need it.
Thanks.
She's quite excited to test out her new abilities.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. That's one way to put it. Look,
Okay, but
I'm just gonna be
your
honest.
doubt is gonna make you so impressed with us when we win.
Yeah, sure.
Also, have you ever seen it up close?
Me? No. I've gotten kind of close, but I've gotten close enough to where I start to feel the hair on like my arms, the back of my neck kind of go up. Not because of like fear or anything like that, because I'm totally brave, but rather because there was like this almost like electricity that I could just feel in the air for being around it, and even then, it felt like a combination of hot and cold at the same time, like even more cold than it is.
That sounds
Excuse me.
awesome.
Good. Thank you. This is helpful.
Oh,
Like-
yes.
You mean like electricity in the air, or just like static electricity? I'm trying to figure out.
I think it's almost like a combination of both. Because the thing is, like, it has like, from what I could tell from even like the bodies lying around, that some were scorched to the bone by fire, others by almost seem to be electrocuted to death, and others just completely frozen still.
Wow.
Monster of many
Versatile.
talents. Yeah.
Man, Debbie, we're on like the same wavelength today.
I think we might be twins. I think it was. It's
Sorry, Ava. Get out of here.
I guess I'm just out. There's no such thing as a triplet, but I guess we're just out. That's fine.
yes, there is.
Yeah, I'm being kicked out of the twin ship.
What?
What? They just took my place.
Yeah,
That's
we
what they're saying. They
boot
kicked
him
me
out. Yeah, because
Oh.
we're on the same wavelength now. Me and Debbie.
Science bros.
Science bro, twins.
There you go. Sorry, Maple. You could be twins with Ralph if you want.
Ew.
Oh,
And
Rude. Ralph's a nice
Jeez.
boy.
he looks. Ralph does kind of look rather dejected after that statement.
you pulled an oracle for crying out loud.
He's friends with one.
I am friends with him.
Oh, whoop, just not judging nothing.
He is a child.
So
I don't know
We
ages apparently in this game.
probably go and find this Gleeok. Thank you, Maple. We will find your
Rewind
room.
time after that one.
Yeah.
Double
I wish
burn.
you would. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, Ralph. One day, buddy.
But for real, he is like 16 and she's ancient.
Oh.
Maple. Yeah.
You know,
Oh, man.
I actually thought that Ralph was like 18 or 19, like
No,
around that.
I
so-
did mention that he
okay.
is rather young, like 16 or
He's a
17.
kid.
Actually, maybe you
I've
probably
got it in
should
my
give Ralph
notes,
another
so-
look. You guys are like the same age, you know?
No.
This is awkward.
Just
This
you don't
is a little
understand
odd.
ages around here, Ava. It's okay. Just
Nah,
stop.
I have a really tough
It's a
time
Twilight
with
Realm.
it.
It's a Twilight Realm. They're both like in their hundreds.
It's not something I
So
ever
they don't
notate
know.
down on my notes. You think someone in charge of time would have a better grasp on that?
Darling, stop talking.
All right.
Ooh, I just loved watching that. Demi, that was great.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Maple. We are on a mission, so we'll do the best we can.
Okay.
And if you come across any cool spells, I'm more than happy to talk to you because it sounds like we have a lot of spells in common. So that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right. Now where? Please, somewhere else.
All right, we going? We going?
Yep, please.
Okay.
There's literally the forest before you, and you do see that there is almost peering over the treetops, the canopies, is a massive tree that seems to be having just massive like pink and red of buds that you gather is potentially the Maku tree, very similar to what you saw with the Deku tree in its design, as its trunk and branches reached above the canopies with the lost woods. So
Slowly back away from Maple, and then just start taking off into the woods.
perfect.
Got that reference.
Seriously, the age thing is very hard. I mean, in the Twilight Realm, you look the same for like a couple hundred years.
How old do you think I am?
Yeah, how old do you think he is?
Like 146 maybe, something like that.
Oh, man.
You don't look 146.
Hey.
Don't worry.
I mean, I thought that was a compliment.
Yeah, I mean it is for our like age
Hey.
range.
Longevity.
You guys live a lot less than us, is that? I feel like I haven't studied this.
Oh boy.
That's awkward.
Our lifespan's like maybe 100, 120. I don't know.
180.
Yeah, I mean, we could have talked about this before getting into a relationship.
She can live a little bit longer than aliens and all that.
Yeah. Hylians have
man.
shorter lives. I mean, Aaron, they go out at about 30, so he's
Yeah, that's
like
why that
18.
spell like really got the best of him.
Yeah.
Fly too close to the sun, sort of feel. All right. Oof.
Just remember, Miro will outlive all of us. Except for you,
Yes.
Caesar. Okay, let's go.
I didn't say anything about the immortal thing, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say it to anybody.
You
yet.
didn't say that. Never mind.
I did not.
Zora lived the longest.
Zora and Twilight actually have a pretty similar lifespan.
Yeah.
There you go.
You don't know that. I mean,
I don't know. They live a long time.
might eat better. I don't know. Have a better diet later in life.
All right. So is Neighbor leading us through the woods?
Nehru looks, and she looks to you, Ava. And,
Yes.
well, Oracle of Time, guide us through the forest.
Not the Oracle of Navigation.
No, but if you desire of this station, or at least to master it, then you need to master your own voice. To use the weight that comes with the station.
That is fair. I tend to put my foot in my mouth a lot, actually. So, what do you mean by voice? Do I just say something to the forest?
Say something to the forest. This forest, just like the one that you have over in Hyrule, has many forest folk that may or may not be able to assist you, but do be warned, the ones here are more warlike. And even the trees have become a little bit more hostile, so be aware.
Alright. He'll take out the Gerudo gate, and in the other hand, pull out from his bag a wooden Kokiri dagger that he picked up. And holding it out, he'll present it out and go, I am... Thank you. Avum. I have been called here to this forest. We have traveled much and have seen probably too much. However, I am following the call of the forest and the oracles. And we have traveled from the Lost Woods and seek entrance here if you will have us in.
Okay. So, Avum, for this, I'm going to have you make a charisma-based nature check.
Alright.
Whoa.
Can I throw inspiration that way, or is that not how this works?
That's not how this one is going to work. He needs to do this himself.
I
So no
figured
guidance
that's what we
from-
should talk.
Correct.
A deck, right? Okay. So nature. So be 6.
But you are free to use your own abilities.
Yeah, I don't think I can use it on myself.
Okay.
Can I? After you or creature. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna he's like, I am Abram and then kind of rewind and do it again. Much better. That was like a 3 plus some. A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right.
After he's done.
So, as you are standing there at the mouth entrance of the forest, let's see here. You feel that there's kind of a shift in the forest as the wind blows through and the leaves are going through the various directions. You gather that it seems that the trees are almost communicating to each other. Or potentially it's some sort of nature magic. And as you finish, you look behind and you see Scisri at the last second as Avum manages to look around. You both see at that second a vine is forming around your neck. You see it as it's about to go, and it looks like it's coming from a giant tree. What do you do? What do either of you do?
Scissory sees it?
Both of you see it.
Oh, so it looks like it's wrapping around his neck?
Your neck.
Oh, my neck?
Yes.
Oh, that's rude. Can I do one of those things where, like, what was it? I know the opera, keep the hand at the level of your eye. So, like, you know what I mean?
All right. Just so everyone can understand at home, what are you doing?
I'm putting my hand right here, so if it tightens around me, I don't die.
All right, so perfect. As you do that, the vine does start to and wrap, and you see Ralph go into kind of attack position, but Nehru holds. And she looks to you, Avum. Are you guys... Yep.
I would have, at the same time, thrown my dagger towards the vine and try and snap it.
All right, make an attack roll.
That's not sharpshooter, so that would be regular dagger plus 10, 17.
17, that would hit.
Oh, only those 4 are seeing it? Attic and I?
No, you guys are now seeing it as a deck throw, as Avum throws.
Okay.
7 points.
So, and at that point, shink, it does cut the vine. Are you guys gonna try anything?
Scisri just goes, oh, I thought we weren't interrupting this thing. Sorry. Do you want me to attack more vines?
I'm not going to let something choke you out.
No, I mean, I was fine. I had the, hot tip.
He just turns to the forest and goes, we shall defend ourselves, but we'd rather not fight.
All right. Now that, I'm going to say, is a regular persuasion check.
Yeah, persuade the forest.
Don't kill us, please.
15.
And as you say that, this air of authority coming out of your chest, you see the tree that was right behind Avum and just its roots motion in a way of as though it almost has feet and starts to back away from Scisri.
Thanks for giving me some space, pal.
Yes. Personal bubbles are important.
Immediately.
And when that happens, you just hear
reveal yourself.
Hello.
in a whirlwind of leaves, and out of almost nothingness spirals into view a creature that looks almost like a puppet with a straw pointed hat and a series of one horn that seems to be branching out into multiple branches of horns on its back. It looks, and you recognize this as a skull kid. At this point, he goes, so, you're the new Oracle, is it?
It seems so. I've heard you are quite apt to pranks here.
Oh, well, pranks, that kind of thing, they can be great for defensive. In fact, I think I have heard about your face before.
I'm not actually sure how to take that. Is that a backhanded compliment?
Oh, quite the contrary, my friend, and the same goes for most of you. He points to you, Demi, I haven't heard your face before, but I've heard everyone else's faces before. You see, I have a little bit of a connection over in your neck of the woods, I believe, Hyrule.
Oh my gosh. Is it our hide and seek friend?
Yes, old Timlin.
He's fun. You guys are besties?
Well, it's for a time before he decided to, well, make his way over to Hyrule for some reason.
Oh, you don't like? I mean, Hyrule's pretty fun.
Not as fun as here, where people can wander into the woods and we can call all kind of pranks.
Oh, you can do that in the woods in Hyrule too.
Yeah, but you see they're not as quite as much fun because people get lost in that woods. Here, people just can wander in and you can mess with them all you want.
Oh, that people getting lost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can see why I might like it better. Okay, what's the best prank you've ever pulled in the woods?
Oh, well, I almost topped it with you. You see, and you look back and he points to the other tree, and you see that there are quite a few bodies hanging from this one tree. Pretty good prank there, if I do say so myself.
That is a hilarious prank.
That's killing.
Prank killing one way or the other.
Okay.
So there's no line for you with pranks. Like, anything goes.
Oh, very much so. If it makes me laugh, then that's what's funny about it.
Gotcha.
It makes
I'm
sense.
Looking at Nehru, what did she think of this?
She's being very stoic about this.
Okay.
But you can try to make an insight check on her if you want.
Insight. 15.
You gather that there's an air of definitely a disapproval about it, but also understanding of what basically led to the people of the forest almost become warped in this direction. Because you have heard that they basically have been on the defensive against Labrina for a long time.
Okay.
So you're allowed to do this here with the permission of the Oracle?
Oh, well, what she doesn't know doesn't hurt her.
But now we do. That seems like an issue.
Well, are you going to make it one?
Nope.
Not today, as long as you show us the path. But again, we shall defend ourselves. We have words with the Oracle. It's the last steps on a journey I've been going on for quite some time, and luckily, we've become quite confident with the skills we've been offered. So, I
That's
don't
why I didn't
mind.
react to the vine, because I knew it would be fine.
Exactly.
That's how confident we are.
It was a funny prank, though.
Well, it didn't have the punchline I wanted, but I'm glad you appreciated it.
I don't think any joke on us will quite land the way you think it will.
It's always worth a shot. But At that point, go ahead and I'd say make a persuasion check.
Oh, much better. Persuasion 24.
He kind of just leans back in the air, just kind of just taps his chin for a little bit. You know, even though you managed to avoid my prank, I do kind of like you. I think you could be a lot of fun. You and your little gang. Miss Oracle back there can do whatever she wants as far as I care. But regardless, I think I shall take you to the Oracle.
Appreciative.
Is he telling the truth?
Go ahead and make insight checks.
You know, he loves to he just bragged about how great he is at pranks. 20.
Okay.
24.
12. Great.
Demi, your mind is just probably being more distracted by the disturbing nature of this skull kid.
She's not very happy.
Yeah, very clear. So, Scissory and Avum, you're able to gather that he is indeed telling the truth. That he will take you to the Oracle. But it may not be the most direct route. So he is telling the truth from a certain point of view, to quote a famous Jedi.
Walk over and grab a little carry dagger. We don't really have much time as well. So the more tricks, just know it's not going to end well for you. We do have, speaking of which, not much time on our hands.
I'm sure I can feel it in the air from you. You want to meander around. That's not today, please.
I am offended. I'm offended, madam and sir. What would ever make you want to think that I would ever disgrace an oracle's time and just meander about? What would you ever think that? I'm offended.
Well, maybe don't brag about how much you like pranking people, and then we won't be tuned into that.
Well, I live with this constantly. I know it's like we can't prank. Literally, she's prepared me for this moment.
You know, technically, that's a fair point. You probably should have made that insight check with advantage. That's a fair point. But because of her, that's actually a really good point that I didn't even consider. He kind of looks over, and again, the puppet-like expression is very interesting to read. But you can almost tell there's a mischievous smile behind it as what seems to be embers behind the eyes seem to flicker to life even further. That there's an air of almost enjoyment in this sparring. And he just leans forward, almost leaning, just hand under chin, floating in the air. And he just looks at you and just going oh, I very much like you indeed. But so with that, then I guess I will go ahead and not waste your time.
Thank you.
I take a picture of him.
Which your are you talking about? Just
There's a good pose. Do you want it?
Well, first let's go and take care of Demi's question.
I'm so sorry. I think we both talked at the same time.
Yeah, you did. I heard your Demi. What was it?
Yeah. Do you mean his time, your time, or are you directing that at all of us?
He kind of disappears and then reappears in front of you, kind of again in a similar position, and looks at you and says, "Oh, an astute one you are. Tell me, what do you think I mean?"
I think you mean him singularly, hoping to prank the rest of us along the way.
He will find a dagger, as Avum's hand went out in self-defense in front of Demi, and a dagger sitting to his chest, and be that's close enough.
Oh, you are a smart one. Dealt with the fairies of types, I'm assuming you have?
Well, then you know. How about this? We'll make a deal. You don't waste our time. You won't mention anything about this tree. And we'll forget about anything that you might do here in the woods against the enemies that wander in.
Oh, very good. Very good. Now you're picking up the game. In that case, madam, I mean you all.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Oh, what fun we shall have! And with that, you just see him kind of like almost like skipping in the air. With each skip, there's like almost a ripple, as though he just stepped in water in the middle of the air. With each little bounding going down the way, and he is not waiting for you guys. He's leading down the path. So at this point, group survival checks to see if you are able to keep pace.
I do look at Nehru. Is Nehru kind of given like it's not a you're doing this wrong sort of look? Like he's just looking for confirmation.
Make an insight check.
I'm gonna do guidance on myself for the survival.
Yeah, here at this point, you can do like anything you guys need to do on yourselves to be able to keep track. You are totally fine.
Cool. 29 insight.
You gather that there is a definite sense of approval.
Okay.
So she is very pleased with how that went of using your Oracle authority to a degree.
I also am going to give Bardic Inspiration to all three of you
Oh.
for 10 minutes, just because Demi is very iffy about this game. She wants to make sure we're all like at our tip top.
Totally fair. So, with all that, as you're going and you're seeing that he's just bounding down the way, go ahead and make those survival checks for me.
What kind of roll is that, Demi?
That is a D10.
D10.
Yeah, it's a D10 now.
And it lasts for how long?
It'll last
10
for
minutes?
10 minutes.
It's one roll for 10 minutes. So
Yep, it's just the one.
Interesting.
Let me make sure, because there's a boost thing to
Alright,
it.
I guess
that-
I'll
oh yeah,
use it,
there
'cause I don't-
is for
I
creation
don't-
bards.
Yeah, motive potential. Bardic Inspiration can be rolled again to an ability check.
Okay.
And you can choose what roll to use. Or as a saving throw, the Bardic Inspiration die gains temporary HL. That's HP. Yeah, so I guess you guys can re-roll it if it's too low.
Yeah.
For this one.
Oh.
That's the one
That's
I'm
cool.
using. Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah,
So it's like an advantage Bardic dice, essentially?
pretty much.
That's crazy.
No,
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, creation. This is a creation bard exclusive ability, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
So
It's motive potential, so it's...
yeah,
I like Bardic schools that give more access to the Bardic inspiration stuff.
creation probably has one of the most versatile, if I'm being honest. So
I choose it.
it's very good.
Goodness
Stop it.
gracious. Alright. It was like this
That-
force is
that was like-
very hot on the allergies.
That was like four. Jeez, I feel that. That was like 4 in a row. Stop that. But with that, all right. Survival checks, everybody.
Yes. Natural 20 for
Let's go.
24.
Okay.
25.
I got a 16.
Hold on, I can't do math.
I believe in you.
26 with Bardic Inspiration.
As you are going down the way, you're able to see as he's twisting around the various bends in the forest, going through heavy brush, as it seems that he might be going the direct path, but this is definitely his little bit of fun. As he just continues to increase in speed, you're able to duck under a tree limb as you see it approaching, and then hop over another one. I'm gonna need you all to make another survival check as you're trying to keep pace with him.
I'm gonna yell out to Scissory, and suddenly she sees a smile on Avon's face that hasn't been there since they've been kids. And he's like jumping over one branch and going on another one. He's like, "Hey, I'll race you there." and it's like kind of like being back in kids.
Oh, you are on!
19.
16.
I got a 20.
Nice.
18.
Okay. So at one point, you're going and just following and following and following, and you swear you're keeping up with him. And at one point, you look and you swear you lose him, but then you hear what sounds like trickling of water, Avum, and you're able to realize, there he is! And you're able to pick it up and start going. And then another point, it seems like you lose him again. And a deck, you hear distant laughter, and you start going, and you're able to follow the path. You're able to barely keep up with him as you see him going off in the distance. I need, at this point, everyone to make one last survival check to see if you can finish it off.
Even better, natural 20 that time. 22.
Nice.
6.
Scissory, no, this way.
Fear.
I got a 7. Scissory.
Scissory, no, Debbie, stop following Scissory. Follow my voice.
Yes.
16. Not that much better.
All right.
Stop following Scissors.
So, as you're going, Scissory and Demi, you completely lose sight of this skull kid, but you're able to see that Avum and Adek are able to keep pace and follow him. Adek, you are zoned in on him. You are just absolutely locked. And Avum, because of that, you're definitely able to keep pace with him. And eventually, as you keep on progressing, going all around various thick brushes, you feel almost elements of it scrape against your skin and cause a little bit of cuts. You go, and eventually everything comes to a calm. And you find yourself at what looks to be a somewhat of a village. It's very hard to describe, as it's unlike the village that you saw in Korok Forest. This one seems to be a lot closer. Very few clearings, as there are definitely tree houses built in the base and then upper in the trunk with various bridges connecting them. And in the center is definitely a massive tree, similar to what you saw with the Deku tree, just with a face across it. And you then see the Skull Kid look and just say, "You all did a great job keeping pace with me."
Actually.
Thank you. You did a great job leading us. Here's a picture of you as a reward. I handed him the picture I took of him.
He looks.
Look like that.
Yeah. He looks and he goes, "Well, very interesting." And then at that point, he just spirals into nothingness with wind and leaves wrapping around as he wrapping around. That's the word. As he disappears out of existence.
Oh, I didn't seem to like. I mean, that was such a nice little pose. He was going like this.
You always get really good poses on people every time.
I know. Yeah.
You do.
Maybe he'll like frame it. I hope he liked it.
I think he did. I think he liked the company as well.
Mm-hmm.
We should have pranked him that every time you take a picture, it steals part of someone's soul.
Ugh.
Oh.
He just rubs Debbie's back. I know you've had a little hard time. That was a little rough.
I'm just saying, a prank. I don't know.
The dark humor, I enjoy it. But then I'll look up to the tree.
And
Well, guess we're here.
And as you look up, you just hear a, "Who are you?"
Well, I am Avum. Current Oracle time. This is Sprite, my guardian and companion. And these are the Scissory's Angels. We're accompanied by Nehru and Rolf.
At this point, you just see lumbering on over as you are talking a Kokiri, so a almost child-like looking being, standing probably about 3 foot tall. walks over to you. They're wearing a chest plate and some almost forced armor underneath, along with a hat that a wide-brimmed hat with one side upward and a feather sticking out, and an eye patch over their right eye. And they're definitely adorned, more heavily armored. And he looks to you and just says, "All right, so you're not with any of those factions over in Labrina or anything like that, right?" Excuse me.
No, we are not. Bless you.
I just had dinner.
The allergies here, that's quite getting to you. It's fine. It's unsettling for me as well. No, we actually, well, me and my sister are from the Twilight Realm, and everyone else here is from various places from Hyrule, but there is a danger that has united all of us to take down. And my path has led me here.
Kind of looks back and then sees the Oracle, Nehru, and he looks and goes wide. He just goes wide and says, "And you brought her here?"
She's been freed. She's been taken by the same enemy that unites against us.
She does a slow nod. There's a slight smirk across his face. And, "Well, you can call me Kota."
Kota. It's a pleasure.
Well, if that is indeed the case, so you saved the Oracle and everything has been brought you here. I guess then you desire audience with the Maku tree.
I believe so. That is what my dreams and visions have led me to.
Well, good to know. Hopefully these skull kids of the forest didn't give you too much trouble on your way in.
No, they were quite inviting and charming, nonetheless.
I've never heard them described that way before.
We've ran into them before. We knew how to handle them.
They can be mischievous and, well, a little bit cruel for my taste at times, but I can't argue that they defend the forest well, and that's what we need in these times.
I can understand that. Hopefully in better times, and who knows, when we defeat our enemy, the aid that you're going to give us, we can come back and help you defeat yours.
Ours has been a long-form one, but with this enemy that you've mentioned, Shadow Sorceress, which probably shouldn't be too difficult to take him down. But, that being said, if it's an audience with the Maku tree that you want, I can probably assist you.
Let me guess, is there going to be some sort of test?
I don't know.
I meant from you to get an audience.
Oh, what, me? No, not really.
That's good. It's actually surprising. We're leaving, actually.
No, as far as I'm concerned, you saved the Oracle. You made it through the forest without, well, dying. I think that's proof enough.
Well, you could make him, like, recite the alphabet backwards or something.
Can you?
Yeah, can you?
He just starts doing it. Michael can't do it, but he just, like...
Yeah, Avon is intelligent enough that, you know what?
Well, I don't know if he's that. I just feel like Scissors made him do it enough.
No, that's why it's going to be a very low DC int check.
Okay.
It's very low.
I'm here for this.
This is more...
19.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does it.
He probably gets halfway and be like, oh, sorry, you didn't actually what? Okay, sorry.
I really didn't, but the fact that you actually went through with it anyway is actually very impressive.
So funny.
My
I mean,
sister's the
Almighty
original
Oracle,
prankster.
or yeah, he's great. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, that's a prank that I can get behind.
Alright, stop laughing.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You tested the Skull Kid to everywhere and back. Meanwhile, this This guy just comes up to you and you trust him at his word? He's in the forest! He's at the Deku!
I hope
mean,
you
he
learned a
hasn't
lesson
done
here
anything.
today, Avon.
He hasn't done anything to make me untrust him yet. I'm still on my guard.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're doing great. You're doing a great job.
My goodness.
It's just so funny, man.
Oh, it's not how I imagine this going.
You should. We've been around long enough to know that this is probably par for the course at this point.
Yep.
Perfect. So, and it also should be noted, as you're looking around, you do see that people seem to be putting up various almost decorations of sorts. It seems that like there are various ice decorations, like various icicles and ice statues of sorts being put up around people's houses and in the various clearings. So with that, he says, well, we can go ahead and see the the Maku tree. And, well, if they would desire to have an audience with you, they'll decide that.
For sure.
Well, follow me.
He leans over to Scissors and walking. He's like, you know how awkward it'd be if like I had all these dreams and get to you and they're like, nah, we're good.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
The ultimate prank, truly.
Yeah, seriously, like what if like you haven't gotten a dream? He's like, nah, you know what? I'd choose someone else. I'm not gonna be you. Someone else gets these powers.
I don't know, honestly. I would probably have some words.
Alright, words, good.
So
Yeah, just
I'll get ready for that, I guess. Just in case.
Perfect.
just follow up.
So as you approach, again, you're seeing a lot of people set up the various sculptures of sorts. Some seem to be carving ice pillars into forming to look like trees. And
It's fun.
as you do, there seems to be a little walk up a little bit of a route up to a pedestal that's clearly made to one, converse with the Maku tree, but also make sure that you are presented. And there's a little bit of a giant leaf as well that forms around it to extend the podium.
Yeah, we'll walk up.
Nehru then waits by basically at the bottom of the route and just remember, Ava,
Are you not coming up?
this is for you.
I don't pretend to stand above an oracle, though.
You do not stand above an oracle when you are one.
Aren't you the one? I'm just, like a champion of yours.
If you believe that you are my champion, then, in that case, treat it as an order.
Alright. He's done a little better than the existential crisis of you're the oracle now.
Yeah. So, and as you approach,
Actually, one last thing before
Yeah.
he steps up onto the leaf, I'll just look over to a deck. One good one for the road, science brother.
That's bros.
I'll walk up.
how do you get the Maku's tree's attention?
I think at first he would just kind of try and do that same authority thing that he did before, but he would kneel and just I present myself, and he drops any accent too. Avum of the Twilight Realm, respecter of time, and guardian of Sizri, the hero of all that is ancient and good of the Light Realm. You've called me here. Here I am.
I'll say with that, since this is more of a pseudo prayer of sorts to a higher being, I'll say that this will be a charisma-based religion check.
Charisma based. So that'd be 10. I like that. 26.
As you do so, you end and you feel the ground shudder and rumble below you.
Sorry, 30. I forgot to add that.
Oh, okay.
I figured it'd make the difference.
And as you look up, you see that it seems that the face is kind of shifting toward you, and its eyes open wide. And you see, unlike the Deku tree, where the facial structure was kind of hard to make out, here it's almost clear as day, where a branch makes a nose, and then there's a wide mouth with clear present eyes that are oval shaped. And whoa, I just saw that. That is horrifying, that gif.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
So anyway, get rid of it. All right, I am on a different page now. So with that, you look down and you kind of meet the eyes, and it looks like, oh, you are Avum of the Twilight Realm, no?
That is I.
And you are Scissory.
Yeah. Hi.
A deck, I presume.
Hey.
And finally, Demi.
Yes.
The leaf with all four of you kind of raises up as it approaches, as it uses basically one of its roots to kind of lift it as like a finger to push and kind of look closer to you. Your arrival has been long awaited, young ones.
Like how long?
Well, as long as you, well, specifically you two, have arrived in the Twilight Realm. From?
Oh.
Well, I mean, we're here. We've learned a lot along the way, and I think we're ready to accept whatever is asked of us.
Tell me, what exactly have you learned?
I've learned that hiding away, being safer than closed doors, is not the way that you learn about the world. And sometimes there are more beautiful things to be found, even through broken times and events, that rise up, that you learn from your mistakes, and that friends can be found in places that you wouldn't normally have looked. Especially so that a strength can become from your weakness by trusting those that you travel with. I don't fear any fight anymore because I know they have my back.
What marvelous things to have learned. And no doubt, there's more that has brought you to this forest than to my simple inquisition.
There's a threat of this world. I'm sure you are familiar with the Triforce, though it's not mainly from your land.
I am familiar with it. I have a connection with the Deku Tree. He and I, one we are.
And you've seen my sister pull the blade out of the pedestal.
Indeed. It's how I know your faces.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, the power of the Triforce was stolen from us and used to curse the world and make the Shadow Sorcerer strong. And we wish to reverse that, or at least correct it. And I won't lie, a big temptation of these powers is to want to use it to go back and stop that event from occurring. So I seek your wisdom on that choice. We understand the dangers of it, and I understand the consequences of it. I don't know if I'd be doing more good or more bad against nature itself.
Oh, it is always the question, isn't it? If one can undo one's fate, and what would be wrought with the consequences? It's a riddle that has plagued many a people. But it is not one that, though adorned in wisdom and guardian of nature that I am, it is not a question that I believe I am equipped well enough to answer. However, I am. And you hear the voice come down from below, and you look down and you see that there is a familiar woman. She is short in stature, almost the size of a Korok, but slightly taller. You notice that her hair is a vibrant green as she carries a staff in one hand and a massive tome in the other. Her garb is that of white and green, as though a combination of leaves and foliage. The cloak she wears is adorned of that of almost autumn leaves. What you recognize this as Furore, the Oracle of Secrets.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Again.
As the Maku tree lowers the leaf down, she looks at you. It is good to see your arrival, Avon. And that's where we'll go ahead and take a break. Alrighty. So, fun first half, all things considered. We'll go from there as we pick up. And will Avon get the questions he has been seeking basically since the beginning? Only time will tell. So go ahead and stick around, everyone. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the next half of Winds of Calamity. Stay tuned. And welcome back, everybody. If you're just not joining us, welcome. We are so glad that you're here with us tonight. We are just now getting to the Fairies Wood as Avum and Scissors Angels have finally come face to face with Furore, the Oracle of Secrets, as Avum and everyone else potentially seeks to gain the answers that they have been desiring for quite some time. And so we pick up as the party has effectively been lowered by the Maku tree, a sentient guardian of the forest. As you look, you see this woman of small stature before you. Nehru's kind of standing off in the distance, waiting for her moment, as she gestures to you to go ahead and speak.
Hi. Good to be here in person.
It is good to see you, Avum. No doubt you and your companions potentially have questions for me.
We do. But even as Nehru points, he kind of points back to Nehru like, I don't want to slow down any reunion. I know it's been some time. We actually have more questions on that too, but, you know.
Nehru, Din, and I will have our moment.
Is Din here? By the way, I was kind of wondering if there'd be a reunion of all three.
Din is here, but currently she is occupied doing a bit of a performance with some of the other Dekus.
That will be fantastic to see if we ever get a chance. This is just a great occasion. I mean, having 3 oracles in one place, that's not common.
It's not uncommon. There was a time when we were just known as simple traveling vagabonds. But even then, that was before, well, that was back before when the Force Sword was simply known as the Picori Blade.
Or a blade. And we've heard about this Force Sword blade.
Yes.
I guess I can just ask that now. I'm sure you're aware of our fight with Vati. Do you think the Force Sword blade is something we're going to need to fight him?
It is a powerful blade, no doubt. It has defeated him multiple times over, and even defeated a puppet form of Ganon. But he was not at his full strength then. The problem is with where Vati is now, as he is far powerful than anything that the Force Sword has taken part in. Right now, the blade, she points to you, Scissory, the blade that you carry shall suffice. But even then, with the restoration of the Triforce, it will be brought back to its full power, and truly be a force to be reckoned with Vati.
It gets stronger?
Mm-hmm.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sometimes I pay attention.
That'll be really nice.
With the blade as it is, without the Triforce present, it's not able to harness the power of the Golden Goddesses.
So it's hoping that we'll be reunited with the princess then.
That could assist.
Or the queen, sorry. She's queen now. Do you know where she is? Is she being held at the castle of Vati?
She is in another dimension, held in a bit of a pocket of his own making.
I see.
Do you know how you get people out of those?
Usually, a bit of a tuning element. Something that's attuned to that plane will be able to let you travel there.
Are you aware of any such artifact that is tuned?
Unfortunately, it's an artifact of his making.
Okay. So we probably have to, raid his room or something.
Yeah.
Or punch him really hard in the face, maybe that will help.
Yeah.
That was
Depends
my
on
first
order of
idea.
events, that's what it
The
is.
deck's really good at that. Alright. And he looks kind of around to the others. I guess some of the questions should start from the beginning. What happened with my sister and I? Do you know fully the events that occurred that started everything?
I believe you know the events, but,
Some of them.
well, at least your sister does. But effectively, you both were the sparkling item that you all saw was that of both a ley line to the light world. But something happened where you all saw the fragment of the mirror of the of the fused shadow. Upon touching it, you were corrupted, and then went to the light world. Under that corruption, attacking that village. Avum, you were knocked unconscious, but you were able to be brought to. Because of Scissory's connection with the Triforce of Courage, created that fell beast that you all met in the Twilight Realm. And from there you were held prisoner for a time, until your memories were erased. And then you were, that occurred. Well, with that, Nehru around that time would have been kidnapped. We knew, my sister Din and I knew that we needed somebody. We needed someone to help maintain the flow of time. And so...
How long had she been missing? I saw that vision. How long before was that?
It was about a week or so.
So about the same time we came to the Light Realm is when Nehru was kidnapped?
Give or take.
And was Vati and Viren and Onyx, they were already around, or did we somehow...
They were already around. They were making their machinations and their plans put into motion.
Avon just kind of breathes out a little bit, making sure that interacting with the shadow thing didn't free Viren or something. Alright.
So why were you so tuned into us? And him specifically?
Well, we searched far and wide for a being that could potentially serve as a temporary replacement and, if necessary, a permanent one. The choice was always his. If it came to the point to where Nehru was to fall in battle or for whatever reason she was killed. And, well, we found you both and saw deep within Avum a love for that of time and order and making sure everything is in its place and logic. A perfect keeper of time. And so we sent, and she kind of raises her hand and Sprite kind of flies out. We sent our most mischievous agent to pester and test him.
Clearly.
Pranking with purpose. I like it.
I had my job.
I can't say I learned a lot from it. Or I can say I've learned a lot from it. Can't say I haven't enjoyed it. Yes, there we go.
most things of that nature tend to be like that.
Are you still happy with your choice?
That moment, behind you, almost sliding down, you see a woman again, almost in a red unitard, large golden rings and hair and a fiery ponytail come down. She looks like, oh, I believe that we are very happy with the choice you have done. You have done well, Avon.
Thank you. Just wanted to keep my friends safe, but I've learned I was holding myself back in the process and holding a lot of other people back as well.
Often that is the hardest lesson to learn.
I won't lie, I do like the idea of permanently having these powers and maybe even joining your ranks. But I think I've learned that things come in seasons as well.
You see that Ding kind of perks up at that and gives a slight little head tilt. And how wise. Everything has its season. And if that is how you feel, Avon, we would love to have you on our ranks as an oracle of time. But if that is not what you wish, your powers will remain. And if at any point you decide that you do not longer wish to no longer have them, simply let us know, and we will relinquish them.
Thank you. I was definitely going to ask to make sure to hold on to them for a little bit longer until we defeat Vati. And he looks over at Demi. But the idea of being immortal and not being able to just live life and enjoy it, it's not something that intrigues me anymore. So there will be a day I'll return and maybe you can take this watch back out of me. Give it to someone who could use it. But I do appreciate it.
Nehru at this point slowly walks up. You hear the leaves cracking beneath her feet. And when that time comes, you do not need to travel here. We will come to you.
Good. So I'm going to have a great shop. I would love for you to show it to you one day. We'll do a lot. You'll have a discount. It'll be great.
Ferrari speaks, well, at one point we were travelers. No doubt we could probably stop by once it's completed, though we may look a little bit different than you see us before.
I'll keep my eyes open then.
Question for you.
Yes.
I still have that fused shadow. What the heck do I do with it? I've been asking everybody. I don't know. I don't like it in my pocket anymore.
The Oracle Secrets at that point takes her tome and throws it up into the air. You see pages just almost flourish, and she looks like, yes, a fused shadow created by the Dark Interlopers several millennia ago. Well, unfortunately, there's really no way to destroy such an object without destroying yourself.
What? Without just... Oh, like the person that does it? Okay, got it.
Yes, if you try to destroy it, whatever energy releases comes back on you and it'll most likely kill you.
Gotcha.
Sisters, what do you think we should do? And they kind of like look, and they kind of like look over at each other. They both have a kind of a smile to them, and she looks up at you, Scissor, and says, and just like basically almost like a child like presenting their hand to say, "Give it to me."
Oh, you feel cool touching it? You mean I've like wrapped? Okay. So I think we wrapped it up. I try not to touch it.
Yeah.
So I'll like very like gingerly like pick it up out of my bag.
Question for you, Oracles, and I don't mean to
like
interrupt.
holding it like mid. What?
I don't know your intentions, so I don't know if it was to destroy it or get rid of it, but I did have a strange query. We have this cloak that Viren had that is with similar shadow magics. Is there any way to infuse these two to maybe create an artifact Scissor could use instead?
Unfortunately, no.
I don't want to use this. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's
No,
causing all my issues.
I was just trying to turn it into good, sort of like what
It's
we
very
do.
nice, but I
All
just
right,
want
that's
this
fine.
thing
Yeah,
gone.
Don't mind me.
Thanks, it's very sweet. You
Please
thought
go,
of that.
please go ahead and we'll get rid of it.
I'll drop it into her hand.
Great. She drops it into her. You drop it, and you see her grab it. You see shadow just emerging from her fist, as it almost seems to emanate from her knuckles as well. And she just casually, mind you, walks back, and then is looking at her. What?
Okay, Thanos.
Looks back and then just looks at her book and say, and mutters something, and then takes it and throws it behind her, and you just see, and with that, and then she just takes out a pen out of the ether, and then kind of just scribbles something in her book. It's under my protection now.
Oh my gosh. I feel so much better
Significantly.
doing that than giving that to Lana, because that was the original plan.
That was all really cool. Can you show me the pen trick? That was really neat.
Well, I may not be able to teach all of it, things like that, but basically, she just takes it and then kind of tosses it, and then brings it back. It's almost like it exists almost in this little pocket reality of sorts, where I can store certain things.
Oh.
Oh, I need to
That's
learn
handy.
that one. And then no one can go look into my journal.
Fun.
Oh, okay, so no one can get that basically now, because if you have it.
No one can get it because, one, I'm the only one that knows where it is, and two, I've scratched it from knowledge. Basically, the only reason you all still remember that it even exists is because I permitted it.
What
No
exists?
way.
No, just
What do
kidding.
you mean? Wait, how do you do that so randomly? Like, do you just do that for whatever you want?
I am the Oracle of Secrets.
Oh my gosh.
But I need
That's
to be
crazy.
but I need to be careful within the knowledge that I choose. A fragment such as that being lost will cause of no concern. Some things need to be remembered.
That makes sense.
Is that kind of like our time question then? The little things that I can do maybe might not be of consequence, but larger actions can.
Indeed. Small actions, such as the one saving your friend and allies, those are moments. But major earth-shattering events, those are the ones that can cause fragments.
Does Vati know about the Song of Sealing?
She kind of looks at you. Possibly. But I am uncertain. You see, it is hard to tell who knows what.
True. I was just wondering if he knew. Then maybe that's like since that's a way to defeat him in this and seal him, if he knew about it, that's a bad thing. And maybe you could get rid of that knowledge that only we could know. And then we could surprise him.
She kind of looks, and they both kind of like have a wide, mischievous grin across their face. All three of them do. And she looks and just pens it in. Vati forget Song of Sealing. Now, as to whether or not he actually remembers it or not, now as to whether or not he actually knew it in the first place, no idea. But regardless, that knowledge will not be able to be found to him because I do not let it. He may be a demon lord, but I am still an oracle. I'm still more powerful than him.
Guessing asking you to have mom forget about the vase that I broke when I was 10 is probably an abuse of powers, right?
That is an abuse of powers. Unfortunately, there's not much more that I should do.
Of course.
Actually, have Vati forget well, I guess it is Vati. Who knows about those two? And I point to Scissory and Attic.
I don't think it matters anymore, to be honest.
That's true.
The only reason why he wanted us in the first place was to get the Triforce so he could destroy it. So
True.
He got what he wanted.
Fair.
Still, not knowing us would aid in our fight against him. He knows our strengths and weaknesses by now. I don't know.
Nehru looks, well, that is an excellent idea. It would mess with the flow of time.
Makes sense.
Long is at least a plus, just in case. So, thank you.
Do you have any questions?
I know, I'm trying to think if I have any. Do you?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I did have one, actually. So me and Nehru were talking. And, you know, the person that's been training me is the hero of time. And I don't know. I just feel bad for him. And, you know, he's been around for like who knows how long now. I mean, he told me, but it's a long time, you know. And is there any way we can help him? Or we can, like, when we bring the gods back, the goddesses back, we could, like, figure something out for him? I mean, what is, like, thousands and thousands of years, you probably would learn a lesson. He's so sad. Like, come on.
Unfortunately, Nehru speaks up. As mentioned, it is not necessarily our place to... And she motions to us three, to them three. It's not for us to question the rulings of the gods. We merely enforce their statements. But there might be a way. Seasons and things like that. It could be an appeal could be made to the goddess of time.
Okay.
But that is difficult. Granted, to do so, potentially getting the Master Sword at full strength, then doing a prayer of sorts at the pedestal of time as you enter the blade back in.
Oh, okay. Back in, and then I don't have it anymore?
You could potentially, since you drew the blade, you would still be able to draw it.
Oh, okay, so it's not like I have to like give it back. It's like it's just for a second, then I could take it back.
She's like,
Yeah, I like it.
Indeed. Of course. You can still take it back, but offering a prayer within the pedestal of time could potentially offer a bit of a chance to appeal.
Yeah, that's what I want. Cause I don't know. It seems like he was just trying to do the right thing. I don't even know if he knew the consequences. Like, come on. So cool. I'll do it then. Do you think I should time that? Like, because he's helping me still. So I probably want to get rid of Vati first. If he's helping me.
They did say when the Triforce is back to full power, so that would probably be after Vati.
Well, I think yeah. Okay. Any tips on how to make my appeal sound perfect for like how she would like be like, that's a great idea, Cesare. Let's do it.
The Oracle of Secrets looks down for Roy. Well, first things first is make your statement short and to the point. You address her as ma'am, and also just be official, polite, short, to the point, not rambling.
Not rambling. I could do that, surprisingly. I can. So I'll work on that. Already. To be here.
Rambling I thought was good at times. All right. Good to know.
Cool. Thank you. That helps me a lot. That was really bothering me. So.
Do you have any questions about low rule?
how to get there, what to expect.
Have you been?
Din speaks up again. In fact, we have. The easiest way to get through is to the Tower of the Gods. That is at the center of the Eye of Calamity right now. Once you go there, well, you'll probably want to speak to one. I think they call them. I think they call their princesses Princess Hilda. So you want to speak to her. And Foy then speaks up. Well, the good news is, it looks like Low Rule may owe High Rule a bit of a favor. You see, in one time, it seems that we used our Triforce to wish their Triforce back.
Oh,
Perfect.
What? That's kind of funny.
wow.
So it really can be like, you owe us, and like they kind of have to say yes.
It could be.
It doesn't just. Sorry.
It could work.
Mm-hmm. How long ago was that?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and that.
I heard two things at once. What was Demi and then
No,
Scissor.
we both asked the question at the same time, and then we both pointed at each other because we agree with the other person's question.
That's a good question.
You go ahead.
Does that do anything to their Triforce?
It didn't do anything to ours when we used ours to wish theirs back.
Cool. Scissory.
Oh yes, I was just wondering how long ago that was, when they did that.
Millennia ago.
Millennia ago. Okay, sounds good. Hopefully that still counts. You know.
It might. It's worth a shot.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
One thing about expiration dates, you always put them on coupons.
Hmm.
Do you have any other advice for us then? We're kind of walking into this eye of a hurricane, literally.
They look. Any advice that we would give would be repetitive. You have everything that you need.
Okay.
Been an honor being chosen by you. I might not have chosen myself, but I thank you. The lessons I've learned and things we've been able to make a difference for. But there's a long list of people we'd like to bring back, or help restore the towns, or help preserve their memories. So, if you're okay, I'd like to use these powers for good for a little bit longer.
Of course. They are yours as long as you want them.
Thank you.
Do you know how to, like, bring people up from the dead?
They both kind of looked at Nehru. Bringing people back from the dead can be an ordeal, as you are almost rewinding their state of being to what it once was, the cells that exist within them, to the state of being alive again. So, I myself, and in fact I think even some of that knowledge has been imparted onto Avum, though smaller. It is indeed possible to bring people back who have been dead for an extended period of time, but to do so can potentially still be costly, as the soul still needs to be willing to return.
Interesting. Okay. So it is possible, though.
It is possible, but many factors, if the ritual succeeds or fails, and if the person wants it.
Okay. Okay.
Now we have something to work for.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's everything for me.
Same. I can't really think of anything. Like, I have a bunch of, like, you know, like, oh, do you know this one person's secret about this? You know, like, but I'm probably not going to answer, so I know better.
The tea about others.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, very well. Indeed, if you desire, you can spend the rest of your evening here and be on your way in the morning.
That'd be great.
We're not going to get pranked.
Frory smiles. I will make sure that they don't.
Thank you.
But for the time being, you may rest. And if you wish, you can also stay tomorrow for the festivities of the Hylaea equinox, whatever it's called. I can't. The lore of my own world. What is it?
Dude, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
It's a secret.
What is a part? Like, what are you doing tomorrow? What?
It's a party.
It's a celebration, as a day, as we celebrate fall turning into winter. The day before the months of winter.
Ooh. That sounds fun.
It is typically a day of celebration with singing and performances, sculpture contests, things of that nature.
Ooh.
But
Yes.
if you desire, you can stick around. But also, if you need to be on your way, you may absolutely do so as well.
We could partake in a few things in the morning before we head out.
Mm-hmm.
The sooner we get to Vati, the sooner the actual gods can return.
Yeah.
I was curious about any sort of shops or products that you guys might have. We're about to go up against quite the elemental beast, and I do have a few potions that I'm wondering might be enhanced. I wasn't sure if you guys had any Koroks here that might do to trade me for some rupees for some items.
Oh, the Koroks and Dekus here do trade in rupees exclusively, unlike the ones in Lost Woods. So,
Perfect. Well then, if you excuse me, I'll let you have your reunion. I'm sure the three of you have some good things to catch up on, and we'll be around if you need us. Thank you for giving us respite.
Hylaea Solstice is the way. By the way, is what it's called.
Danzy.
I was literally thinking like I could not get autumnal equinox out of my brain, and I was like, it's in that vein, but that's not right. So, yeah,
right before the winter equinox.
Yeah, and I was like, it's Hylaea Solstice is what it is.
Oh, I wrote equinox.
No, it's Hylaea Solstice. Equinox means equal.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, I literally could not get autumnal equinox out of my mind, and that's why, like, it was just combining the two. So.
Thanks. We'll keep around. I mean this, not the thumbs up.
To an oracle, Debbie.
They
What
don't
has
know.
corrupted you, my friend?
Okay.
So yeah, Haven will kind of go and try and find. I don't have to RP it much, but
Yeah.
I have a potion of cold resistance and potion of lightning resistance that he's trying to see. I think specifically the cold was cold weather. I know lightning was actual lightning.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if there's any way to turn these into actual like ice resistance.
Okay, so basically make it like actual cold resistant damage and stuff
Yep.
like that. Okay. With that, what I'm gonna need you to do, we'll say just for simplicity's sake, we'll go
Yep.
ahead and say make a general persuasion check to see if you're able to find it.
Persuasion check.
Yeah, I know it's probably gonna be astronomical, but still.
I love you, Koroks. 32.
Yes, you're definitely able to find it. And
She
yeah,
even has a shirt.
and yeah, I know we're at that level where those numbers get really high, but it's fun to roll dice. So with that, we'll go ahead and you are definitely able to find a potion of cold resistance. They don't barter so much as the other ones do, but they are definitely able to give it, and they'll be able to give you at least one for 75 rupees.
Mm.
Gotcha. Okay. So I can't find ingredients to turn mine into.
Right. That's that. You can't really find it since one was made for weather and other rather than actual damage, as the ingredients would be slightly different.
So you don't like try to. How about like 8 of these for that one?
8 of those potions. With the 32, they'll say they'll be able to give those 8 three of the cold damage ones for those 8.
Oh, perfect. Okay, perfect. That's all awesome. All right, so we got 3. Because I already have 1. That's 4 there. Perfect. Do you have any fire resistance?
Unfortunately, no, not really. Don't really deal with fire all that much.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, so you have all 8 of those. Let's figure that out. Perfect. All right. And lastly, I do this little thing where I buy like ceremonial weapons from each town. And what would your version of? I have this dagger. Do you have something that would be your version?
So yeah, what they pull out is basically rather where the other one was more straight up wooden, this one is definitely has like the hilt is basically a almost like a twisted root, and then it goes out into a thin blade that seems to widen and then go to a tip. Very Roman in nature, and it's perfectly balanced and it swings around. Spotify's fighting me again, and we're good to. And he's like, "This is one of those very simple blades. It'll probably run you about 30 rupees or so."
Perfect. I won't even try and barter. That's fantastic. Very well made. So these would be called what? Again.
Yeah, these would specifically be called fairy swords.
Sweet. And they don't have like any magic items or anything here that would.
Not really. It's mainly potions, it seems.
Sweet. Is all I need. Actually, do you know of a fairy fountain that's around here?
The nearest one would probably be on the other side of the mountains.
Fair enough. Okay, perfect. Just kind of keeping track of that. Thank you for your service.
Of course!
That's all Avon's got.
I think Demi's just gonna kind of like follow Avon around, but it just kind of looks like they just have basic stuff, right?
Pretty basic stuff, yeah.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
I do think.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was gonna go do something else. So.
Just real quick, because D wasn't here. Demi, I got these for the other two at the Goron City. Another ring to put on your hand. Don't worry, not official one yet. But just one to help aid to platinum. Just give me the nod.
Thank you.
There we go. Perfect. Just put that on
I'm gonna put it on her index finger.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing. Yet.
Alright. That's it then, because I need to look for a... I was looking for a bowl for the Heroes Feast.
Oh, yeah.
If they just have basic stuff, then yeah, Demi's.
They definitely, not in these woods, they definitely
Nope.
wouldn't have that.
There's no teleportation circle here, is there?
Nope.
Okay, I didn't think so either. We're good. I don't have anything for Demi then. Sorry, scissory.
At some point, I would kind of like gather everyone together, and be like, okay. So, by the way, I kind of wanted to think about this for a little bit, but since we were talking about stuff, I also wanted to say I talked to Shade about the whole timeline thing.
Oh.
Is that who you're talking about trying to appeal things for?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were talking about it a little bit, so then I asked him about it a little more and stuff.
What did he do in the first place?
Well, I mean,
Alright,
Nehru told
maybe.
us about the whole, he changed the timeline.
Was that Nehru?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Sorry. I thought that was something he told you.
No, you good. I think she just, talked to him about it more. So, he told me how he did it.
Mm.
So, technically, I guess I would know how to do it. But he did say that the way that it worked was, he did go back and stop everything. And in his timeline, it worked out. But that other timeline that he left, where everything went wrong, still was left wrong. And then at that point, he doesn't even know if there was a hero to help that timeline anymore, because he went to the new one. And I think that's kind of why it's such a bad thing, is because even if you're creating a reality where things worked out, from your perspective, yeah, you're in the reality where things worked out. That doesn't make the reality where things didn't work out go away. It's still there, but then you're leaving it. So it makes it a little more complicated, I think, than just being able to fix it. It almost reminds you of once it's broken, like it's broken and you can fix it with what you have, but to try and pretend it wasn't broken in the first place, it doesn't seem like it's possible. I asked him on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being like, don't do it, and with 10 being like, go for it. Like, what would you think that, like, what we should do? And he said 1, like, don't do it. So I know that's not, like, the best answer ever. I don't know if this helps at all, but I could potentially, because like one thing we were talking about was like, well, what if Vadi, like because of what Vadi is now, what if he comes back and we won't be around to stop him, even like, like 5,000 years later or something. The thing is though, like I could still like be around potentially, like there's like potential of that. So like I could take care of it.
5,000 Scissor.
I was like,
That's math doesn't work like that. So we actually only live to about like 1,000.
Yeah, got that. I know. I was.
5,000.
I kept track of the ages the whole time. Yeah, I'm the one that keeps track of ages. I know.
So then what? Why would you?
No.
Extend
My
your
oath.
life then?
My oath thing. If I like keep going in this direction, I could just like never die. Apparently.
Oh.
Like ever. Like I just like be young and hot forever, basically.
Oh.
Well, the hot part sounds nice, but
Yeah, perk for sure.
Gross.
So that could be an option to like offset if you guys feel comfortable, like feel uncomfortable with like the Vati thing.
What would that mean for the cycle of heroes then? There's never another hero?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that there's not another Ganon or another Zelda?
Oh, I don't know about that. He didn't tell me anything about the other two. I think they just keep getting reborn. I don't know though. Maybe not. I have no idea. I can ask.
Is that what you want?
I don't know. I was wondering what you guys thought. Especially like Huh?
No. Especially
Oh, just I mean, especially like everyone was saying about how they were worried about Vati, so that's why I was proposing this as a potential solution instead of making a new timeline. Especially I know Attic, like that's been a big thing for you. I know like this probably isn't the best information to hear.
Do you want to fight an eternal battle?
I'm still thinking about it. I don't know. I wanted to hear what you guys thought.
I feel like, well, honestly, the whole cycle thing seems like a whole curse, but I feel like having one person fight for eternity, it's a curse, but at least the small silver lining in all of that is it's not just up to one person for eternity. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have longer life and see things and do things and help people, but that seems excessive. I don't know.
Well, I don't think I would be like constantly fighting every single day, like on, just so exhausted. I think it would be more like keeping an eye on things, and if something goes wrong, being ready to deal with it. And living life in the meantime. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I'm just saying this is a potential solution.
Yeah.
What about settling down or...
I'd settle down. I mean, you can still settle down and also adventure. Also, I don't really want to settle down, so...
I meant more in older age, but I guess... if you wouldn't have that, then... Well, look, that's a lot. to think about, but that's your decision at the end of the day. And no one else should be able to tell you what you can or can't do. If that's something you want to pursue.
I don't really know what I want or what would be best. I don't know.
That's right. It's something good to know that is potential of for an answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's not permanent right now or anything. Like, I think, can not have it
Like
happen.
this oracle thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure.
You should have told me that before I said I was going to give all this up. Shoot.
Well, you could still probably be like, hey, I'd like to also be immortal at some point, and then we can just do that. That'd be fine.
I mean,
You don't have to. If you don't want it, you don't want it. It's not a big deal.
I'd want to find at least some way to keep supporting you if you do this. I mean, after everyone's gone and all of that, still have a way of, you know, having that support. I worry more of when we're all gone and if you're still here. I mean, who's gonna make you delicious treats in the morning? Who's gonna annoy you every day? Who's gonna put a smile on your face with his inventions?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. I figured I'll just take it a day at a time. I mean, I could still die if someone like stabbed me in the face or something. So,
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's not a laughing
possibility.
matter. It's just the way you said it.
You could laugh. I mean, that'd be pretty lame way to die if I'm supposed to be this immortal person. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm just thinking about it,
Mm-hmm.
especially if
It's
I'm
a lot to think about. It's heavy.
I think I have to figure out what would be better for like everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is it better to move on and let things progress now? Or I guess naturally, I don't know if naturally isn't the right word, but like, is it better to move on and let things go in a cycle, or is it better to stay?
It's true. I mean, I don't wish any of the Triforce lives, you know, the three, any of their destinies, I suppose you could say. It seems like a lot. So.
Oh, it hasn't been bad.
A deck?
Yeah.
Really quiet. It's on your mind.
It's not really my choice, so.
But she was asking about the timeline.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about for you. I know you really wanted it. And you still do.
I don't know.
You need time to think about it.
Probably.
I mean, we really do have space still to kind of process everything. We don't have to make decisions. I know how to make a new timeline if we decide to do that. I just don't see any reason why that would be a good decision. But the way that it's laid out. But, I mean, if you have ideas or anything, or if you come up with something, I think everyone's willing to hear it still and discuss it and be open-minded about it.
There's going in all of this.
Hmm?
I said there's a lot of factors going in on all of this. It's definitely not just a one conversation thing. not continual. So,
Do you have any thoughts at all, Attic?
I'm
Get
just
nothing.
still trying to figure out this whole time travel thing. Because maybe I'm just seeing it different, but I feel like maybe we could find a way, but if no one else wants to, that's fine.
Definitely want to
had
find a way. Haven't found it yet.
What if we found a way instead to help resurrect as many as we could, instead of doing an entirely new timeline? We have that fountain, wink, no wink, of certain capabilities. And I am very, very interested in trying to harness that power in case it needs to be brought up again. And I'm looking into more secrets on trying to either make one or trying to harness those magics. Because, honestly, I don't know if the timeline thing seems too much of a risk to tamper with. And I think it's much better to try to resurrect and salvage what we can, because I don't think we'll be the same if we try to have a redo. If we rewind completely.
I just don't think that's realistic.
Not. But I think it's more... Well, I think it's a little safer than scrambling, because at least with trying to resurrect others, we can... Not everybody can be saved. That's the hard fact of life. However, we won't be tampering with the entire world. It doesn't
Within
just
certain
affect Hyrule.
boundaries.
Yeah.
Well, wait, do you mean the resurrecting thing isn't realistic, or the timeline? What did you mean by it's not
The
realistic?
timeline thing. Rewinding. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're not just rewinding Hyrule. You're rewinding the world. And what does that mean? I mean, we know what it means for those casualties in Hyrule, but we don't know what that means for this side. Right? I mean, we have not just the one scope to look at. We have everything. But if we focus on a resurrection sort of situation, we can do our best, we can employ other help, and then it affects those who were affected. And we can help rebuild the lives that were lost. Because Holodrum, honestly, wasn't affected at all by this. We've seen that. They have sympathies towards Hyrule, sure, but they're not doing anything. I'd hate for... I mean, we made friends with the Gorons, right? And on this side, like, maybe that's a bridge that eventually the two Goron races can come together in. But if we erase that, they're going to stay skittish, well, not skittish, but aggressive and suspicious of intruders forever. I mean, I'm just saying, it affects the rewind thing. I'm not completely nixing it, but that affects every single aspect of this world that we're on. Resurrection, smaller
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, I think we had mentioned, like, when you were singing last week.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, sorry.
Attic was trying to think of, like, a way that it wouldn't be negative. I think is his point. Is like a way that you almost break the rules of what is to, figure out.
Find a way that doesn't create an alternate timeline.
Yeah, that was kind of the idea of, like, what if it doesn't? Like, what if we can figure it out? Is that still what you're thinking, Attic? Like, I mean, because it seems like everyone we're talking to is saying it's not possible. So, like, that's what I'm wondering is, like, do you actually think it's possible to figure something out? Or is it just really hard to accept reality as it is and you're clinging to it?
I don't know if it's possible. Because they say there's one pathway where the hero leaves and comes back to a previous time, and they're gone from that one. So there's two now in this one. How does that work?
Huh?
Because the one from this branch went back, but there'd be still one from the past that would be there, right? Or do they, so like a consciousness thing, but then what happens to the consciousness of the one in the main one? I don't know. I feel like maybe there's a way that there could be physically something in both. But I don't know how we find that.
Yeah, I mean...
What sort
I
of
think-
power sets would they have? Yeah, be something to figure out.
Because it sounds like your friend at least had knowledge that they were able to pass on from future timeline to past timeline to make a difference. So there's a way to keep that knowledge, but I don't know. Just
hate
I'm
to
not
see
the time
Scissory be-
master here.
I just hate to see Scissory have a curse on her.
I don't know if it's a curse. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of seeing it could be bad or it could be good. I'm not sure.
I think she's
I
talking
don't know.
about if you turn into Shade.
Yeah.
Not your
Oh,
immortality.
Yeah.
I thought you meant just being like living forever. Like, that's
No,
not the
I
worst
mean, the-
thing I've
the
ever
last-
heard. Okay.
The last thing I want you to... I mean, both of
Right.
you are sacrificing and have sacrificed a lot. And the last thing I'd want is for another sacrifice. I mean, I don't know. I just...
You can say it's my idea and I can take the curse. I don't care.
It's not so much that, and honestly, who knows at this point? I don't think it's a bad thing that I just don't have the information for it, and I clearly neither do the gods. So that's scary, because if they don't know,
I think we all agree, as things stand now, maybe it's not the best option to go towards. We have the ability to continue stepping forward and continuing to take out Vadi as he is, but doesn't mean we can't stop inventing and honing our powers and looking into a newer way of mastering this path. And if we can find a way, we can take it. I just think we all agree right now, doing the same thing that the Hero Time did is maybe not the best thing.
I don't think at the moment.
I mean, would we agree, all of us, as it stands, it's either we just move forward, or if we do a time thing, it'd have to be a new thing. It couldn't be what was done before, right? Are we in agreement with that?
What do you mean by a new thing?
Like a new way to do it. Because if we did exactly what the Hero of Time did, it seems like it would leave time, like we basically would just, like, what we do is what it seems like is that we would just leave this world, like we would leave this timeline and be in one where everyone worked out, but this continues on. So
Again, wouldn't there be two of us there then?
But we don't know about two Heroes of Time in the past. He just sounds like he replaced the old one.
yeah, the way that he was saying, he said he didn't really know, but like that's a potential at least.
Or all of a
Especially-
sudden you're imbued with the knowledge of the path that you just were on.
Yeah, I mean, he said that, like, when they fixed everything, they had this like ocarina, it was called, of time, and like they used that with like the Master Sword or something to like send him back to his child self. So like he's not sure what happened.
Oh.
But he said like there is that potential though. And apparently he was cursed for it, you know, so negative consequences. I hope I'm repeating that information right. Okay, cool.
The DM just gave you an obscene gesture.
I always forget too. I did it right back at him.
Gods of
It's just
curse.
like a giant cloud coming by and just giving a thumbs up.
Okay, I'm glad I got it. So,
Giving up hope. If anyone could find a way, it'd be a deck. It's already found a way to use science to mimic my rewinds.
Maybe
Still
if we
put
get this Ocarina of Time.
Maybe a way to infuse it into something more powerful.
oh,
Or
really?
use it in a different way.
Different way.
I still think our attention should be on Vati right now. And maybe we can look into that afterwards or along the way. But we don't want him doing anything worse in the meantime. We try and chase down too many leads.
I mean, we could take out Vati, go back. This timeline, I just saw a whole person's memory be erased today. What if we could erase that timeline? We have it closed off, the bad thing, erase it, go back and write the other one. I don't know, just theories.
I just worry that this could become an addiction. Bad thing happens. We go to a new timeline, sure. Something else happens, we do it again, we do it again. We get stuck in a perpetual, never-ending loop.
I mean, isn't that what Avon does like all the time, like every day? It was like
Yeah, and I mean,
so
Actually, you
Not on
see
a
a
grand
quite
scale.
serious face on his face when she says that. He says, it's a temptation I hold off every day. I could see myself becoming something much more dangerous. She was kind of right.
interesting.
I don't think it's a bad thing to want to save people. That's why I'm trying to look into all of these Sheikah secrets and trying to convince Impa to, you know, let me in on deeper knowledge.
I'm just saying our failure made the world worse. And made Vati worse.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big difference than just something that naturally happens and wanting to erase that.
It's like any other calamity that's happened, though, isn't it? It
I
happened.
think
Agree with
this
you.
might be big enough to warrant that type of reaction, though, if we find a way to do it.
Again, agreed. Definitely something to look into, though. Study.
I definitely want to look into it and research and help, obviously.
I agree. I think, though, all of us need to be willing to make peace with our failure. If it comes down to that. Like, we did fail. And people died because of it. And if we realize it'll make things worse if we try to change things, we have to accept that. And then the question next would be, what are we going to do about it? We fix it. I know it's hard to accept and to look it in the face. But sometimes you have to. So I think no matter what, we need to do that. Because we have to, if we realize the timeline thing won't work, we have to be able to let go of it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we have to right now, but I'm just saying we have to be okay. We have to do what's best for everything. No matter what that option is.
It's great to hold on to hope, but we have to be realistic within our own scope and spectrum at the moment.
So I'm not shutting you down, Attic, but I'm just saying holding both possibilities. Does that sound like okay?
There's no other choice.
Working on it.
But their eyes away, like Demi said, if anyone could, or someone you would have said, if anyone could do it, you could. So, I mean, pretty smart. You never know.
You artificers made a gun that made me 2 years older. I mean, it's like, anyone's gonna do it. Ugh, that means you're gonna get older than me. He just looks back at Scissory.
Maybe.
The weirdest twins in time.
I just kind of like pat Attic's arm and like, it'll be okay. We'll do it.
Let's take a night to let our minds rest from all this. I know we've all been carrying a lot. Maybe just one night of relaxation and letting it all wind away before we start on this next trek might not be a bad idea. You know, sometimes when I'm working on my potions, or I'm sure you're with your inventions, you get so stuck thinking about something you have to walk away and look at it from another angle.
Gorons.
So, what was that, Demi?
That's why I was partying. That's why I was partying so hard with the Gorons.
Oh, fair.
Leaning into the celebrations of others, because dwelling in negativity never breeds anything positive. So, not telling you to forget, but allowing yourself to indulge and make happy memories with what you have that's present, because the negativity is such a strong and powerful emotion, right? That's when you get in trouble. Not you in particular, I mean, when oneself gets into trouble.
Yeah, don't worry. We were partying with the Gorons too.
Well, I know. I just mean...
Yeah, oh, for sure. I just telling you, don't worry. We were sulking a little bit, but we definitely were partying too, so. Yeah.
You should have seen it. You missed it. They made a strike with scissors.
Yeah, you missed a lot. Actually, we won a trophy, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
It's huge. Were you thinking about putting it, like, in the living room or making a bowling alley in our house, like our fortress, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Look, something else to look forward to.
Exactly. I guess. See?
Attic, you're young, and I'd hate for you to keep putting everything on your shoulders so much that it becomes too much of a burden. You already have a lot. So don't drive yourself crazy with this, okay? We're all here for each other. You have a brilliant mind. So let's take this one step at a time and try not to do too much about the future at the moment. We do need a plan for Vati. 100%. We need a plan for the Gliok. We need a small scope things right now.
Technically, it'd be about the past, not the future. But yes,
Yes.
wise words. Sorry.
Just try to think about what your parents would tell you.
Yeah, actually, what would they say? They're like smart.
Want to find out? You want to check in on your parents, by the way?
No.
I haven't heard anything from them. Well, actually, we probably would have checked in on them. Do any of you guys have anybody you want me to check in on?
Yeah, can you check on Ives to make sure like he's okay? Because he's like, I don't know, around by himself right now.
Ives, it's your best buddy. Excuse me. How's your escapades going? Want to hear how you're doing. How are you adjusting? Did you find shades yet? If not, look for them. Sunglasses. Oh yeah, this is Avon.
Going fine. That will help the sun. It hurts. I'm found a teleportation thing leads me to a village of sorts. They're helping me out.
Village.
He's in a village.
A village of sorts, and he found a teleportation circle.
Could be, Kakariko Village, maybe?
Is that secret? Or no? Is that not secret?
It's kind of supposed to be well hidden. Sorry, there's a bug.
I mean, outsiders usually aren't supposed to go there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe someone took him, like saw him wandering around, and took pity on him.
I mean, it could be a war refugee situation, but I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Especially
Okay.
because you
Teleportation
two have
signal.
been there. So.
Hopefully he'll find his way to Zora's domain then.
Yeah, okay, good.
Anybody else? Do you want to check in on your parents, Adak? Just, like, generally? Not saying, like, on that topic?
I'm okay.
I sent one to Demi's grandma.
Oh boy.
Hello, Grandmama. Save him. Just reaching out. Wanted to let you know Demi and us are safe. We are in the woods. Miss the little ones, and hope you're all safe. Goodbye.
Do you broadcast this one?
The answer, yeah, the response, sure.
Hi. We're all doing fine. Please don't ever do this again.
Do
Ava.
you not send us stuff?
I honestly no, because a lot of what I do tends to be secret.
You don't even say hi. All right. Well, good for the warning. All right. Good to know. Don't send Grandmama mind messages.
I think you're gonna give her a bad impression of you, to be honest. But you know.
Okay.
I think she's used to it because of her daughter. Also, you know, my parents were also being secretive and probably, you know, I don't know. Maybe she just doesn't like messages in her head. Maybe she was sleeping. Maybe she was, you know, in the middle of something. But that was really sweet of you to do that.
Sure. Avon kind of looks at Scissory and then just kind of eyes over to Deck and says, "Well, Demi, why don't we go find some dinner then, and we'll arrange a place to sleep for all four of us then. You guys come join us when you're done."
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
Sure.
fun to do.
Yeah.
I'll just grab her arm, lead her away. Let's Scissory if she wants to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, does Attic seem like he just needs time to think? Like, I don't know how. If you want me to insight roll, I can.
With the party kind of breaking up, he probably would get up and start walking off too to go find a quiet corner. So
yeah, like to go think. I feel like I kind of was feeling like he needed space. So I'll like kind of just keep an eye out for him, you know. But I won't. I'll let him think for a little bit.
Yeah, he's just in his notebook in a corner.
Nice.
Writing stuff.
Yeah. Like if it like because it doesn't look like he needs to talk. I would think.
No.
Okay. Because, like, I don't want to make it where, like, you know, Scissor's always running away and he's always nice to her, so I don't want to, like, not return the favor. But if he looks like he doesn't want it, then that's fine.
If only you had the music and you can just...
The music?
Probably is listening to his music.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
oh my
'cause
gosh,
he cleared you up last time.
Yes!
He just
Scissor
has
just starts
headphones on in
beatboxing.
his notebook
Yes.
and stuff.
All right.
At one point, maybe she'll even just be like, if you want to talk about theories, let me know. And then she, like, sneaks back over.
So, as our heroes have branched off into different areas to go ahead and rest for the night and process everything that has come to them, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. All right. Well, we'll pick up there next week as we continue to have little discussions about that kind of stuff and potentially start to make our way toward the King Gleok and everything that entails. So with that, everyone, as always, keep an eye out for Friday's video where we're going to be taking a look at Tales of the Valiant, and then Sunday for Mystical Mishaps on Twitch with Marquee Gaming. So with that, there's really not much else. So, as always, everyone, thank you all so much for joining us. Keep being awesome and keep rolling those dice. Cheers.